Hey, fourth graders. I just wanted to make a quick little video about yesterday's homework with adding mixed numbers, and then maybe I'll throw in a subtracting as well. So, once again, I want to bring your attention to the fact that I'm going to put videos up every day, sometimes of me, sometimes Math Antics, or somebody else. But anyway, if you didn't quite understand adding mixed numbers, in addition to watching this, you might want to go back and watch Tuesday's video from Rob, and he talks about adding mixed numbers, and he points out that adding them with like denominators is pretty easy, but when you don't have like denominators, it can get a little tricky. So let's do an example. So if I have 4 and 3/8, and I add 5 and 1/6. Okay, what I had some people doing when they turned it in was they would say 9 for the whole numbers, and then they would say the numerators would be 4, 3 plus 1, 8 plus 6 is 14. And we said before spring break, it was a while ago, that you can't just add those bottom numbers. We need like denominators on the bottom. So let's talk about how we would get that. All right, let's just pretend right now, in fact, that it's 3/8 plus 1/6. Okay, so that's your biggest goal, because we can all add 4 plus 5 really easily. So if I have 3/8 plus 1/6, I need to get my bottom number to be the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by eighths, and I'm going to see if there's going to be a number that works also with 6. Okay, I need to find a common multiple with these two bottom numbers. So if I count by eighths, and I say 8, that won't work for both because that's what it is now. 16, nope. If I count by 6s, I won't say 16. And look at that, ding, 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 ding. So we know 24 is our new bottom number for both. It works with both 8 and 6. All right, we can't just leave the top number as it is, so we have to say to ourselves, how did I get from 8 to 24? Multiply by 3. And we've said many times, do the same thing on the top. So 3 times 3. All right, how about the other side? How do I get from 6 to 24? You multiply by 4. Let's do the same thing on the top. Multiply by 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. Now, we have our equivalent fractions, and we can add those up easily. And let's throw our whole numbers back in to the problem. I'm just doing the top part to make it look pretty. So here we go. In the fractional part, we always say leave the bottom alone once it's common, so that's good. 9 plus 4 is 13. And then 4 plus 5 is 9. So that's the way that we solve adding mixed numbers. All right, let's try subtracting mixed numbers. And Rob will show you how to do this as well. Okay, he might even go a little bit beyond what we're trying to do, where you have to regroup and things like that, but we're going to make it pretty simple considering our circumstances. So I'm going to have my overall bigger number be first. All right, so let's say 8 3/4, and we're going to subtract from that 3 and how about 1/5. Again, if I pretend the 8 and the 3 aren't there, I'm really having 3/4 minus 1/5. Now, one person I saw, they made these into improper fractions and subtracted that way. And you could do that too. You still have to get common denominators. But I'm just going to leave these guys as they are for right now. Oops, actually, let's do this. Otherwise, I don't have any room. Let's just take away the 8 and the 3 for now and do what we did on the last slide. All right, same deal applies. I'm going to try and count by 5s here, and we're going to see what works with the 5 and the 4. So multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15. Do any of these work with 4? Nope. 20. Oh, ding, ding, ding. 20 is my common denominator. So we go through that same process that we did before. How do you get from 4 to 20? Times 5. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 3 times 5. Other side. 5 times 4. Let's do the same thing on the top. 1 times 4. Clear out my stuff. And let's attach the whole numbers to it. I believe that was 3. Up here, just to make it pretty. And we can now do 15 minus 4. And I leave the 20 alone. And 8 minus 3. And there you have it. That's subtracting mixed numbers in a nutshell, along with adding mixed numbers. If you still don't get it and you watch the videos and you're stuck, you can definitely contact me. If it's getting to the point where it's a real struggle, maybe we can even do a Google Meet and you can kind of watch me as I do it. But again, having the practice and repetition is what's needed for these. So hope you found this helpful. Hopefully you watched it maybe even a couple times to see what we're doing so that on Friday's quiz you're all set. But again, I can't stress enough, if you have questions, make sure that you are asking the right people so that you understand how to do these things. Thanks for watching. Bye.